So I decided to pop out back. Yes or huh? Oh, for those of us that are friends with the Netherlands, the Pancake Bakery, I think it says on the back, I'm not sure if you can see it, Pancake Staff. Does it say it? I'm not sure. One used to. But anyway, got this when we went. So there ahead of us, dizzy, dizzy. When we went many years ago, we went for our honeymoon. We always wanted to go there. We were watching Harold and Kumar, and they went to Amsterdam. We thought, when when should we make that voyage? Should we go until we went for our honeymoon? I am trying to adapt to my body. I'm at the point now that I've waited too long. My neck is twitching. The reason why I have my collar on is just to take the focus off of me having freedom in my neck. My neck is moving. It's so hard not to like pop out and do the snake. And if you hear things, they're having a little party behind us. There's a younger group of kids, and they can stay up till all hours of the night. Me, I'm like, what time is it? That loud music. It's 8:30. What are they doing? It's time. It's time. So I go to Lowe's. One of the school supplies that his teacher is asking for is a plant. So I got him a lucky bamboo, and it's a little bitty plant. And I don't know if this is her way of getting plants or what, but nonetheless, I went ahead and got that. We got doorknobs for our storm doors. Real happy about that. They were $16. I couldn't believe that. Chris, of course, picked up the $60 doorknob, and I went looking until I found one for $16. I said, this one will suffice. And so I was very, very happy about that. And then Emma can't push on it to get out. Now, today, the pain that I've been having, I'm finding out, like I said when I was at Lowe's, is my corset muscle. We talked about it right here. When you hold in your stomach, I don't know if you're watching this or what, but when you hold in your stomach, take that breath in, and then you do one more deep breath. And when you do, it tightens up extra tight right there under that first set of ribs, underneath your bosoms. So you have nice posture. You're holding it in, you think everything's straight. Uh-oh. One more suck, and there you go. Everything in the upper part of your back starts to feel more secure. The crookedness that I feel in my pelvis, which just came back, it's like my left side is waking up. Right now you can see it's hard for me because my neck is kind of twitching if you're viewing this. If not, just imagine the little spasms of my neck kind of going back and forth. It's trying so hard, and it's very aggravating. One of the reasons why I like to do audio. I don't need people seeing what's going on. It's just one of my things. It makes me self-conscious. And we're already self-conscious because we have an illness that's invisible to the naked eye. And we're already self-conscious. And it reminds me when I was a little girl, we had, I did. I had an Aunt Clara, like the Bewitched is Aunt Clara. And she was just a neat lady. And she came over with Fat Granny and I, and we were snapping beans. And after Aunt Clara left, Fat Granny said, here, Christina, give me that bowl from Aunt Clara. And we went through it, and she said, here you go. And she started picking out parts of the beans that had spots on them that Aunt Clara didn't quite see because of her eyes. And rather than Fat Granny tell her, you're not, you can't do them right anymore, rather than embarrass her, she said, it's just like the other day, I went to Target and this young man comes and puts the stuff in my trunk. I said, how are you doing today? And he said something. I guess I asked him again, and my ears are kind of clogged a little bit. And sometimes I will repeat my question. It's just a habit thing. And finally he said, I already answered that. Did you not hear me? Now, me, back in my olden days, I would have answered that person until they quit asking me that question. That was just the way you did it in the South. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Doing fine. doing fine. If it was 50 times until they asked if it looks like rain. That's just the way we do it. Well, evidently not now. So people don't mince words when you offend them or you do whatever. And my fat granny didn't want Aunt Clara to feel less than because she might have missed a few beans. So we waited till Aunt Clara left so we could do that. Take out the brown beans. So because I'm so self-conscious about getting everything done and then trying to tell myself, you know what, Chrissy, your body's twitching, you're starting to have some problems, you need to go rest. No, you don't want to rest. It is not the end of the world. You did not get everything that you wanted to get done today, but you need to be okay with what you got accomplished. And it's looking better day by day. Instead, in the back of my mind, with my husband saying, here, I'll get the dishes, let me get it, I think it's because maybe they think I didn't clean them off well enough. And maybe that's why the tea tasted like soap last time. I'm so worried about being judged by my own family that I'm very self-conscious about things that I'm doing because it's hard for me not to get everything done in one day. It's hard for me to admit that my neck is twitching and I need to wear this collar just until I can get the muscle memory going. I need to realize that it makes sense for me to feel like I have the flu right now. It makes sense for me to be dealing with lymphatic drainage that I haven't been. It makes sense that my body is, I guess, somewhat exhausted because I haven't rested from the 6-hour trip to Maryland, the IMT, the everything. Now I'm feeling the effects of my body when it is tired of staying in the right position. It's taken me a long time to get to this point, but it's happening. And if I'd given up at the 5th neurologist, if I'd given up at the 4th PT, if I had stopped before I ever found fascial counterstrain, I wouldn't be here right now. I would be spending $120, going up to $127 per week, weekly, to go see the one person that I was seeing. I got away from that person. I was able to find other modalities and other people that could help me. I never would have found them if I had given up. That is why I ask you to not give up, not be so hard on yourself. It's taken me this long to accept that I need to put my collar on because it will save me a lot of pain. I'm not going down because I'm in massive pain. I'm going down right now after I eat my sweet potato because I'm hungry. I'm starving, as a matter of fact. But my body is wanting food. I'm eating and then I'm pooping. I'm eating and then I'm pooping. It's a shock to me. It's not something that would happen on a daily basis. It would happen maybe on a weekly basis if I was lucky, and then it would be painful. Me having patience to accept my body's new mobility, but it still accept the limitations, is hard to wrap in my mind. It's hard to accept that I'm up with limitations. To go back and think of all that I did today. I worked on my son's backpack. I know that the playroom is going to get clean. I know that I'm working on things one bill at a time. I took 2 steps forward to get 3 things undone on Friday that could not be done over the weekend, that I have to take precedence over everything Monday morning after my son gets to school. But rather than it stress me out and it take me down because I can't talk, rather than it take me out and I can't breathe, I'm just stopping. on my own before my body stops me, because it's getting a little bit harder for me to control my body. I got up, took a shower, I washed my hair, I went in, they flattened it for me. I then picked up my son from work, curbside pickup, went to Lowe's, put up 2 loads of laundry, thinking about the exercising. But when I woke up this morning, I could not move my left arm without it hurting. And my left side was the side that was really worked on. And like I've said, when you get to the root cause, the deepest part of where your pain is, especially if it's been there for quite some time, it hurts over the course of the first few days while your body gets acclimated and gets back into the positioning. My body is not used to being in proper position, so it's fighting it. I can sit there and fight it, or I can admit it and say, that's okay. I'll start off tomorrow on a better note because I made it through today. This is a big difference than when my body used to collapse. I'm not gasping for air. This is the end of my day. And I mean, I started with you hours ago. At least 6 hours ago is when I recorded what I did for the first few minutes. And now this, I'm really struggling to kind of keep my neck from twinging. And I'm really struggling, like holding everything in. I didn't get in all my exercises. I didn't drink my formula, but I ate regular food. I've sat down in the living room and watched television. I've gotten some to-dos done, and I'm okay with what I didn't get done. Acceptance. Feeling like you're not good enough, even in front of the people that it should matter. I believe we secretly, even though our families have seen us at our worst times, I believe that we secretly don't. We want them to see us doing really well. We want them to know when we're doing better, because it's like that one person that only sees you every time you're not dressed, or that one person sees you every time you're having a bad day. It's like you're begging the people that take care of you so that they don't like just think that you need to be baby, which is nice. It's nice that your family can be supportive, but you want them to trust that you can go for that walk just as much as you think you can do it. You need your support and you need your support blanket, but sometimes you need to be allowed to go a little bit further and find your next low point, because each person is different. I am sure I'm going to have some obstacle between now and the next the next day. I'm sure there will be something. I've been to the ER twice. Let's see, fallen. Kept up with all my appointments, but I did kind of give up that one day. I'm listening to my body. I'm in total shock at how I feel right now. I'm in total shock that I'm still going. I can't believe it. And I'm hungry. And I was told that this would never happen. So don't give up. That's just the bottom line. Don't give up. Don't. You need to have a few people that you allow yourself to completely show your vulnerability to, that you completely show this illness to. Because you need to have a place where you feel safe. And you need to know that even on the days that you can't go any further, and even when you're down on yourself, that nobody else is upset because you didn't accomplish something. Usually the supportive loved ones are upset because they see how disappointed you are. So I think that once we've accepted this illness and we're not so hard on ourselves, and we realize that the modalities that we're doing and all the hard work that we're doing is paying off. Staying on a certain diet, sadly, is paying off. Things like that. We are our own worst enemies, and we are the hardest on ourselves. Today, I realize that I don't need to fake it for anyone. I don't need to overdo things. And I need to stop being so daggone hard on myself. Bottom line. I'm not in a wheelchair, and if I was, that would be where I needed to be. But it just wasn't the time for me. So I don't want people thinking I'm saying because you're in a wheelchair, you've given up. No, that's not true. We have, I believe if I used a walker, if I used assistance, I would have a lot more time up. If I used compression garments, things like that. For me, I'm trying to go the route where I don't need all of those things, because I feel like the more I need to put on in order to go, the less I'm going to go out. I'm a very simple person, as she may have noticed. And I mean, it took me like 2 years of being home from work to realize that, you know what, you can get dressed even when you stay at home. It's taken me a long time to accept this role, the role I still don't know that I've been trying to accept, the role in my new life, I guess. My mouth is all burned up inside because I can't wait for the eggs to cool down when I cook them. I'm so hungry. And I just, I'm in pain, but it's just totally different. It's like a pain a pain threshold I don't think I'd ever thought I could get to. And nobody wants to have a acceptable pain threshold. I just, I feel like there's opportunities if I can just manage where I am right now. And I don't want to have to learn the hard way because I've overdone it. So we'll see. Stick with me. We'll find out together what we can do. I've got videos that I've got to send out, and we're going to have lots of those on the AWOL Zebra website. And I'm excited about that. If you want to be a part of the AWOL Zebra Nation, you can send us emails, awolzebra@gmail.com, and you can register to win prizes, sessions with individuals. Who knows what you get, but you have to register. awolzebra@gmail.com. We'll put your emails in a little list, and we'll put them in a little ball, and then we can pull a name out once a month. So many exciting things to come. I don't even know where to begin. But right now, I have to start on that sweet potato because I'm going to eat that, brush my teeth, and go sit in the bed. Thank you for being here. Work on your fascia before it stops working for you. It is a miserable experience when and if it does. Do not let your body get beyond bounds. Thank you for being here. Christy Lynn Hanchey, AWOL Zebra. Have a lovely day.